Good day and welcome to Glory Global News, your trusted source for timely, accurate, and unbiased news from around the world. I'm Glory, and we're glad to have you with us today. At Glory Global News, we are committed to bringing you the latest headlines, breaking stories, and in-depth reports that matter most locally, nationally, and globally, from politics and business to technology, security, and human interest stories. Our goal is to keep you informed, empowered, and ahead of the news as it happens. Thank you for choosing Glory Global News as your daily news companion. Stay with us as we bring you today's top stories. Attorney General Pam Bondi testifies before House Judiciary Committee in contentious oversight hearing, Washington, D.C., February 11, 2026. Attorney General Pam Bondi appeared before the U.S. House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday for a high-stakes oversight hearing focused on the Department of Justice's leadership, transparency, and handling of highly sensitive legal files, notably those related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. The session, which drew intense bipartisan attention, quickly evolved into a combative exchange between Bondi and several Democratic lawmakers, with sharp criticism of how the Justice Department has managed disclosure of information and broader questions of political influence on prosecutorial decisions. A fiery opening. Bondi began her testimony with an opening statement, defending her stewardship of the Justice Department. She outlined accomplishments the administration credits to her leadership, including efforts to reduce violent crime and reorient DOJ policy, following what Republicans frequently describe as politicization under previous leadership. However, the tone shifted rapidly as lawmakers probed multiple controversial topics, particularly the department's release of millions of pages of Epstein-related documents. Critics allege that the file's rollout failed to protect victims' privacy and obscured key information about powerful individuals. Epstein files under Frioni. Of the most contentious issues raised was the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, a voluminous body of material subject to a federal law requiring its release to the public. Democrats on the committee pressed Bondi over reports that some victims' identifying information was publicly exposed due to incomplete redactions, while names of alleged associates were shielded or removed. During the hearing, several Epstein survivors were present in the committee room. Representative Pramila Jayapal asked Bondi to turn toward those victims and offer a direct apology for the department's mishandling of sensitive information. Bondi declined to apologize directly, stating that the DOJ had done its best under the legislative deadline and shifting some responsibility to operational staff. The refusal to issue a direct apology drew sharp rebukes from multiple lawmakers, with Representative Jamie Raskin accusing the Justice Department of effectively running a cover-up and ignoring victims' rights to justice and protection. Partisan clash and personal attacks. Hearing grew heated as partisan lines deepened. At one point, Bondi engaged in personal exchanges with lawmakers, including calling Representative Raskin a washed-up loser lawyer during an especially tense moment. She also rebuffed what she characterized as theatrical questioning, arguing that some Democrats were more focused on political optics than substantive issues. Republican members of the committee, led by Representative Jim Jordan, offered support for Bondi's approach, praising her cooperation with congressional oversight and contrasting her performance with what they framed as a less transparent previous administration. Wider controversies and criticisms beyond the Epstein files. Lawmakers touched on broader concerns about the Justice Department's priorities and perceived politicization. Democrats referenced a series of DOJ decisions and prosecutorial patterns they view as aligned with political interests rather than objective justice, including alleged targeting of Trump critics and inconsistent protections for victims. Bondi repeatedly defended the department's actions and insisted that no one is above the law. Even as she underscored support for the administration's agenda, the hearing also highlighted ongoing disputes over DOJ transparency and accountability, with committee members from both parties probing Bondi's decisions and her vision for the department's role in federal law enforcement. Critics argued that her responses lacked clarity or evaded direct accountability, while allies emphasized her resolve in implementing the administration's policy goals. A pivotal testimony. Bondi's testimony before the House Judiciary Committee, one of her most high-profile appearances since assuming office, underscored the sharp partisan divide over the Justice Department's direction. As the 2026 midterm cycle continues and political scrutiny grows, Wednesday's hearing may be remembered as a key moment defining both her tenure and the broader debate over Dodge oversight and independence. That brings us to the end of today's program on Glory Global News. Thank you for staying with us and for trusting us as your reliable source of news and information. We appreciate your time and continued support. If you found today's broadcast informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And turn on notifications so you never miss an update. On behalf of the entire Glory Global News team, I'm Glory. Stay informed, stay safe, and keep moving forward. Until next time, goodbye.